Welcome to Channel 4 News. My name is Tyler Williams, and I'm here with the latest and greatest entrepreneur of Lafayette and West Lafayette, Brian Elmore. Brian, could you please tell us a little about yourself and your experiences?
Sure. With an introduction like that, I don't know that I can top that. Brian Elmore, Purdue graduate, 1988, construction management. Have two companies. One is owned with a partner. We are a minority business enterprise certified with the state of Indiana, performing general contracting, construction management work. The other company is fully owned by my wife and is also certified with the state of Indiana as a woman business enterprise and doing construction management and general contracting work.
There we go. Thank you, Brian. We're now going to throw it over to Big Z, Zach Potter, for sports.
And I'm Zach Potter. On the line of catches, Brian, have there been any good catches or projects that you've had in your career?
Well, probably the biggest project I've ever been involved with was when I built the Clarendon Arnett Hospital. It was $225 million. And
does your construction team change often, or do you try and keep the same players?
As I mentioned earlier, it's my goal for consistency and for the best. We just show up, we do a good job, and I don't bring people on. As you four individuals came here today, you were prepared. That's what people really want to do, is do their job. And so we give them that opportunity to do their job, and hopefully we're creating a better construction experience for people.
And what did you do before you decided to get into the game?
Well, as I'd said, I'd been in the construction business all my life. My first job out of college, I worked for HDR Engineering out of Omaha, Nebraska. I wanted to understand what the engineers knew. As I graduated, my competition for jobs were the civil engineers in the construction management department. So,
take us through a day in the life on the field, what you do.
Oh, you get up about 10, go to lunch about 11. No, my day, you'll start between 5 and 7, just depending on the activities for the day. In the summertime, I tend to be busier, more conducive to construction, although in the construction business nowadays, there is no off days. But if I have men working out on a job site, I'm there when they get there. I've usually been to the job site 2 or 3 days before they're there, to make sure everything's ready, make sure nothing's in their way, so we can come in, do the work, and get out.
As you all know, games can be affected by inclement weather. Alex, could you tell us about today's weather?
Oh, it's just looking lovely outside, Zach. So tell me, Brian, were there any dark days in any of your businesses?
Yeah, there was dark days in the first construction management firm that I tried to set up. With that firm, where I said I made a miscalculation, my miscalculation was I was 100% focused on construction management. As I set up these two companies, we're also, in addition to construction management, we're out there pursuing general contracting work. What I found was there was a market that I wasn't tapping. Everybody says they're a construction manager. All the general contractors say they are. There's companies that's all they specialize. And so, your marketing and production, or truly managing the projects, had shrunk our opportunities too small.
What would you say is the forecast for the future of your businesses?
Oh, I'd say it's very good.
All right, well, that wraps up our weekly weather update. Now let's go to the field with reporter Chris Parsh.
Thanks, Alex. Another beautiful day in West Lala. All right, Brian, what project are you currently working on?
We're currently working on the Mackey Arena F-lot project. We're going to put in the final surface and concrete for the F-lot project. We're also working on the Co-Rec project.
Having worked both being an employee and kind of being your own boss, do you notice liking this lifestyle better?
Well, yeah, you always enjoy being able to call the shots. The things that suck are the paperwork and the taxes part.
Have you noticed much fluctuation with your construction companies as the economy does start to turn back?
Not really, because we entered full force at the lowest time.
Well, that's the update from the field, and I'm back to you in the station.
Thanks, Chris. Excellent work out there in the field. It was really interesting to see Brian at work in his office out there. Great job. What advice would you give to young entrepreneurs in today's economy and world?
You need to figure out what you don't want to do more than what you want to do. So you need to, I call it the suck. It sucks or it doesn't suck. So you need to figure out what sucks so you don't do that anymore. I worked, when I was going to Purdue, I worked in the factory in the summer times. Got paid very well, got to do piecework, but I figured I didn't want to do that the rest of my life. It was one of those things that you just have to go out and do. I worked at the vet school to pay for my books, pushing animal feces over into a drain. So, A, it paid for the books, but also, from an entrepreneurial part, don't be afraid to fail. I mean, that's just go out there and go for it. So, what the hell? You've lived with mom and dad this long. What's another couple of years? No.
Well, that wraps it up here at Channel 4 News. We'd like to thank Brian Elmore. Thank you very much, sir. Input was greatly appreciated. Thank you, West Lafayette. Entrepreneurship 200. Stay classy. Oh, Baxter, you know I don't speak Spanish. You ate the whole wheel of cheese?